Please like the video and share it so that it reaches many more people and you get sawaba, or rewards from Allah. This could be a sawabe jariyah or continuous reward for you long after you are gone.
Volume 2, Book 26, number 624. Narrated by Ibn Umar. The Prophet, P.B. U.H., recited Talbiyah when he had mounted his mount and was ready to set out. Volume 2, Book 26, number 625. Narrated by Nafi. Whenever Ibn Umar intended to go to Mecca, he used to oil himself with a sort of oil that had no pleasant smell. Then he would go to the mosque of Al-Hulayta and offer the prayer, and then ride. When he mounted well on his mount and the mount stood up straight, he would proclaim the intention of assuming ihram, and he used to say that he had seen the Prophet doing the same. Volume 2, Book 26, number 626. Narrated by Mujahid. I was in the company of Ibn Abbas and the people talked about Ad-Dajjal and said, Ad-Dajjal will come with the word kafir, non-believer, written in between his eyes. On that Ibn Abbas said, I have not heard this from the Prophet, but I heard him saying, as if I saw Moses just now entering the valley reciting Talbiyah. Volume 2, Book 26, number 627. Narrated by Aisha, the wife of the Prophet, P.B. U.H. We set out with the Prophet in his last Hajj and we assumed ihram for Umrah. The Prophet then said, whoever has the Hadi with him should assume ihram for Hajj along with Umrah and should not finish the ihram till he finishes both. I was menstruating when I reached Mecca, and so I neither did tawaf round the Kaaba nor tawaf between Safa and Marwa. I complained about that to the Prophet, on which he replied, undo and comb your head hair, and assume ihram for Hajj only, and leave the Umrah. So, I did so. When we had performed the Hajj, the Prophet sent me with my brother, Abdur Rahman bin Abu Bakr, to Tanim. So I performed the Umrah. The Prophet said to me, this Umrah is instead of your missed one. Those who had assumed ihram for Umrah, Hajj at Tamatu, performed tawaf round the Kaaba and between Safa and Marwa and then finished their ihram. After returning from Mina, they performed another tawaf, between Safa and Marwa. Those who had assumed ihram for Hajj and Umrah together, Hajj al-Qiran, performed only one tawaf, between Safa and Marwa. Volume 2, Book 26, number 628. Narrated by Atta. Jabir said, the Prophet ordered Ali to keep on assuming his ihram. The narrator then informed about the narration of Surah. Volume 2, Book 26, number 629. Narrated by Anas bin Malik. Ali came to the Prophet, P.B. U.H., from Yemen, to Mecca. The Prophet asked Ali, with what intention have you assumed ihram? Ali replied, I have assumed ihram with the same intention as that of the Prophet. The Prophet said, if I had not the Hadi with me I would have finished the ihram. Muhammad bin Bakr narrated extra from Ibn Jurayj, the Prophet said to Ali, with what intention have you assumed the ihram, O Ali? He replied, with the same intention as that of the Prophet. The Prophet said, have a Hadi and keep your ihram as it is. Volume 2, Book 26, number 630. Narrated by Abu Musa. The Prophet sent me to some people in Yemen, and when I returned, I found him at Al-Batha. He asked me, with what intention have you assumed ihram, i.e. for Hajj or for Umrah or for both? I replied, I have assumed ihram with an intention like that of the Prophet. He asked, have you a Hadi with you? I replied in the negative. He ordered me to perform tawaf round the Kaaba and between Safa and Marwa and then to finish my ihram. I did so and went to a woman from my tribe who combed my hair or washed my head. Then, when Umar came, i.e. became caliph, he said, if we follow Allah's book, it orders us to complete Hajj and Umrah. As Allah says, perform the Hajj and Umrah for Allah. 2.196. And if we follow the tradition of the Prophet who did not finish his ihram till he sacrificed his hadi. Volume 2, Book 26, number 631. Narrated by Al-Qasim bin Muhammad. Aisha said, we set out with Allah's apostles in the months of Hajj, and, in, the nights of Hajj, and at the time and places of Hajj and in a state of Hajj. We dismounted at Sarif, a village 6 miles from Mecca. The Prophet then addressed his companions and said, anyone who has not got the hadi and likes to do Umrah instead of Hajj may do so, i.e. Hajj al-Tamatu, and anyone who has got the hadi should not finish the ihram after performing Umrah, i.e. Hajj al-Qiran. Aisha added, the companions of the Prophet obeyed the above order, and some of them, i.e. who did not have hadi, finished their ihram after Umrah. Allah's apostle and some of his companions were resourceful and had the hadi with them. They could not perform Umrah alone, but had to perform both Hajj and Umrah with one ihram. Aisha added, Allah's apostle came to me and saw me weeping and said, what makes you weep, O Hunter? I replied, I have heard your conversation with your companions and I cannot perform the Umrah. He asked, what is wrong with you? I replied, I do not offer the prayers, i.e. I have my menses. He said, it will not harm you, for you are one of the daughters of Adam, and Allah has written for you this state, as he has written it for them. Keep on with your intentions for Hajj and Allah may reward you that. Aisha further added, then we proceeded for Hajj till we reached Mina and I became clean from my menses. Then I went out from Mina and performed tawaf round the Kaaba. Aisha added, I went along with the Prophet in his final departure, from Hajj, till he dismounted at Al-Muhassab, a valley outside Mecca, and we too, dismounted with him. He called Abdur Rahman bin Abu Bakr and said to him, take your sister outside the sanctuary of Mecca and let her assume ihram for Umrah, and when you have finished Umrah, return to this place and I will wait for you both till you both return to me. Aisha added, so we went out of the sanctuary of Mecca and after finishing from the Umrah and the Tawaf we returned to the Prophet at dawn. He said, have you performed the Umrah? We replied in the affirmative. So he announced the departure amongst his companions and the people set out for the journey, and the Prophet, too, left for Medina.